I'm Chris Lawrence with your top stories in North Texas. Police have 3 murder suspects in custody, accused of taking part in a deadly shooting that left 1 woman dead. But as Adriana de Alba reports, White Settlement police are still searching for the teenager who actually pulled the trigger.
Neighbor doorbell video captures the sound of gunfire before 2 masked suspects ran.
He pointed a handgun at Savannah. He fired multiple times and she was struck.
White Settlement police announcing the arrest of 3 people 1 week after a home invasion turned deadly on January 30th. 2 masked suspects forced their way into a home on Meadow Park Drive while a third waited in a car nearby. According to an arrest affidavit, 33-year-old Savannah Parker was inside that home, recorded the suspects yelling at them to leave. As the suspects ran, police say one of them, a juvenile, pointed a gun at Parker and shot her repeatedly.
She was bleeding out and stuff.
Parker died later at the hospital. Court documents say the suspects ran into a getaway car and fled. Detectives tracking them with license plate readers and surveillance video. By February 6, police arrested the driver, Marissa Ocon, charging her with capital murder. The next day, police arrested 31-year-old Maribel Apodaca Guzman. She's accused of helping the underage shooter escape. 2 days later, police arrested 17-year-old Julian Xavier Ramirez at a Lake Worth ISD school. Although only one person is accused of firing the gun, they're all charged with capital murder. But police say the juvenile accused of shooting Parker fled to Mexico and is still on the run.
This was a senseless crime. Savannah Parker, our victim, should be alive today.
Police say they're now working with state and federal partners to bring that juvenile back to the U.S.
We are going to work tirelessly.
Court documents reveal the 17-year-old suspect told police they were there to retrieve some items, but a definite motive is still unknown. Police say they do know this.
The suspects that day, they made their decisions, and they were bad decisions.
And now police want to hold them accountable. In White Settlement, I'm Adriana de Alba.
Several cities are considering ditching the primary public transit system in North Texas, but as Kevin Reese explains, Dallas just made a move to prevent it.
To keep the DART trains and buses running, multiple DFW cities want a better deal. How much they get back for how much they have to pay and how much say they get in DART's future direction.
This is not even about winners and losers. This is about all of us coming together.
Wednesday, the Dallas City Council agreed to offer more of that say.
Colleagues, I hope you can send a clear and unified message to our partner cities that we are willing to play in the sandbox and we want to keep DART intact.
Each of the 13 member cities gets a place on the DART Board of Directors. Dallas proposes reducing its representation to 45% of that board so that no single city controls a majority.
This is an important expression of Dallas's willingness to show that we are flexible, that we are willing to be collaborative with our neighboring cities.
I was encouraged.
Plano Mayor John Munz reacted to the vote, calling it a step in the right direction.
Hopefully all 13 member cities feel like they have a bigger voice.
But there is still very much the issue of funding, how each of the 13 cities that support DART get more bang for their buck. The Regional Transportation Council continues that conversation on Thursday. And 6 of the member cities still have elections planned in May to let voters decide if they want to leave DART. Plano, for one, needs to know if they have a DART agreement before February 27th, because that's when the ballots would be printed.
We still have some hurdles, but we feel really good about the fact that we have a framework for a solution here.
The next several days key in determining if that solution stays on track. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
A massive road project in Dallas won't be finished for at least 4 years. Crews have closed the highway for an entire weekend twice now this year. Brittany Boncree spoke with neighbors living south of I-30 on the impact it's having on their lives.
She's like in her neighborhood and she's like,
For Nina Palmer,
little town. That's how I feel when I wake up.
the Cedars feels like a fairy tale.
So this neighborhood is a gem. It's a little secret hidden spot of Dallas.
And like most fairy tales, if there's a beauty,
we value it and we protect it and we treasure it.
There's a beast.
We understand that that's just like part of the progress. But boy, oh boy, it makes day-to-day life very hard.
As part of the I-30 Canyon project, crews knocked down popular bridges in January, connecting the Cedars to downtown Dallas. And residents like Nina are feeling it.
You never know it's going to be closed. It takes me an additional 20 minutes to get home from outside of downtown.
We have more graham cracker, right? I bought 2 boxes.
Over at Val's Cheesecake,
Our customers are making their own parking spots.
Valise Jean Bart feels it too.
Timing issues and picking up cheesecakes and getting to us is an issue for sure.
So he's bringing community members together to appeal to the city and TxDOT for more support.
There are strategies and there are techniques that can help us getting a better flow of traffic here.
Like better signage and more communication. In a statement, TxDOT says they've been planning this project for years and worked with the city on closures that would minimize traffic disruptions as much as possible.
You have to stay on it and communicate to the businesses and the residents, hey, this is coming, constantly.
And to make way for growth,
I do know that the draw to Texas is real.
residents have 5 years of this
Apparently it's going to get even better.
for their happily ever after. In the Cedars, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Police are searching for a woman suspected of leaving her cat by a dumpster. It happened last month near Grapevine's Animal Services Center. Investigators just told Brittany Costello the woman could face criminal charges and even jail time.
The security camera at the City of Grapevine's Animal Services Center appears to show someone dropping off trash at the city's dumpster. It's what Animal Control Officer Jacqueline Moreno thought too, until she walked up to it.
I was greeted with a little meow, so I was like, oh my gosh, okay, there's a baby in here. You want to turn around?
It was a cat. The city has named Zeus. No microchip, no health problems, now no owner.
So I thought it was strange.
More like cruel, if you ask Nancy Salstein.
It's very sad.
But Salstein is not exactly surprised. In fact, her grandpuppy Gracie was also dumped. 3 years ago, she was found in this backpack with several other puppies. It was zipped up and tossed in a parking lot.
I don't know the situation from the person, and that's okay. If you can't keep it, if you can't afford it, if you just are at your wit's end, it's okay. But put it somewhere where somebody's going to find it.
Moreno says she's lucky she found Zeus when she did, but she wonders why that person didn't just bring their cat inside.
We do not charge a fee for dropping off a stray, and we also don't charge a fee to relinquish ownership/surrender.
And for families who need help paying for pet supplies or care, she says they help find resources for that too.
Oh, you're so pretty.
Now, they hope to find Zeus a new home. Salstein knows
They make our lives better.
how important these animals are.
Animal Services is asking for the community's help in identifying the person in that video. They really just want to understand what happened, but it is also a crime. They say that person could be charged with cruelty to non-livestock. That could come with a fine or even jail time. In Grapevine, I'm Brittany Costello.
Well, at the very least, glad to know the cat is going to be okay. And those are your headlines from North Texas.